Shimmy, shimmy low for Mr. Ben Hodo in West Virginia and Troy Woolmaker probably in Pittsburgh, or at least from Pittsburgh, because who else would be requesting Clark songs? All right, here we go. The beginning is your classic perfect example of a lovely use of triads. Now, what is a triad? A triad is the three notes and only the three notes it takes to make up a chord. So, we're going to do a D shape, but we're going to do it on the 7th and 8th frets here. So what is that? If you move your D shape, obviously it's no longer a D. It gets higher the further you go up the neck. So start with your D, and I've said this about the D shape before, and I'm going to say it again and again. The B string is the root note. So we can deduce from that that the 3rd fret of the B string is a D note. We can also check our work. B, C, C sharp, D, there it is. And that is what makes D, D, this root note. Actually, this root note, but in our triad, we don't involve the D string. So, we're going to start here and move it up a whole step, that'd be E. If you move it up one more half step, that's F. And if you move it up one more whole step, that's G. So here we have a D-shaped G to begin our shimmy, shimmy low. Shimmy low, but it's better when you say it twice. All right, so. And suspended for it with your pinky finger on the 8th fret of the baby E string. Then we're going to move to a D chord, but it's an A-shaped triad. Look, do it, and then I'll explain it. So E string 5th fret, B string 7th fret, G string 7th fret. This doesn't look anything like an A, but if you were to move it down to where your pinky and ring fingers are on the 2nd fret and your pointer finger is no longer needed, you will see that it's that much of an A chord. We would have the whole thing there if we were playing a whole A chord, but we're just playing these three notes, and then we move it up, much like we did with the D shape, to frets 5 and 7, and we have an A-shaped D. Then we're going to do an F-shaped A minor, that is 5, 5, 5, on the baby strings, of course. Check it out. Here we got F, right? But we also have F minor. So every triad shape has a major and a minor form. So this would be F, right? And if we did F triad shape, it's just 1, 1, 2. But if we did F minor triad shape, it'd be this much of this chord, or 1, 1, 1. So then we move it up to the 5th fret, and it's an A minor chord on which we go. On the baby E string goes up to the 7th fret. And then the best part, the coup de grace, grab the G string 2nd fret with your ring finger preferably, and slide up to 5. And now we're doing an A-shaped, same as the A-shaped D we did, but we're doing an A-shaped C. So 3, 5, 5, and then slide up on your G string, back to our A-shaped D. And that's the cool intro. Here it is. Whoops, I'm going to try that again. I realized I should go slower and then I tripped. I forgot. And that's the hardest part of the song. There's your little triad lesson. We could go in to that for hours, and we will over the course of time. G! Been down this road 10 times. D! A minor. I would run, I would hide. C! From the fears that rule my mind. And that's it, that's the verse. G! D! E suspended 2's the D sometimes. Just take your middle finger off the E string and pluck down it. A minor. C. Now, after that, in the verse, they turn around, so to speak, on D, but they go to C add 9, which of course is like a G with both these fingers on the baby strings, but you move the middle and pointer fingers down towards the center of the earth by one string, and you have kind of like a C, kind of like a G, but it's called a C add 9 because this D note is the second or ninth note in the C major scale, so this G doesn't change anything. G is always in C, it's the fifth. C9, D, C9, D. Now if you listen to the recording, the bass does an interesting thing there. It goes C, not surprising, D, not surprising, but then it goes up to E, which is really cool because E is the third note of the, there it is, of the C chord, and then it goes up to F sharp, which is the third note, there it is, of the D major chord. So that's a neat example of a bass walking, using different parts of the chord to create upward motion, and the F sharp flows so nicely into the chorus. G, shimmy, shimmy low, D, A minor, C. Oh, and I should mention in the intro, while Rob Thomas, who by the way is like your quintessential lead guitar player, if there was a textbook on how to like very safely and perfectly be a lead guitar player, Rob Thomas has read it cover to cover many, many times. And that's one of the things that's so sort of fun. I wouldn't say it's a deep emotional connection to his riffs, but they're very la-di-da-able, which is what I like about Mike McCready's riffs too, but he does it in a much less safe way. So two different styles. There's my, I don't have a point here. All right, right, so the intro, it's all, I'm backtracking. G, D, A minor, and then of course the lead guitar goes C, D, and Scott Blasey goes C, move your C shape up 2 frets to make a neat kind of D chord. You could do that, or you could do C, D, doesn't matter. Either one's good. I've got this kid JT who came to me for lessons back when he just turned 6, and one time we were writing a song together and we wrote Shimmy Low. It was a multi-week event, and at the end of it, he was like really pumped that we wrote this song, Shimmy Low. He thought it was great, and then I had his mom in the car one day just sneak it on, and boy was he surprised that it was... Anyways, there we go. So we have the gotta go to the bridge because the second chorus ends in shimmy, shimmy low, gotta free my soul, wanna walk on water, gonna lose control. And then they go on the A string, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, E minor, D, C9, and then out of the C9, the walk back to E minor goes G note, F sharp note, bend it, or frets, 3, 3, 2, E minor, D, C, and then they go back up to D, going back into the guitar solo. Because D, of course, being the fifth of G, here's G, do, re, mi, fa, so, so is the fifth, here's D, is the note that most wants to go back to G. So in our quintessential lead guitar / pop songwriting book, that's what they would have told us to do, and that's what the Clarks did. They're like, yeah, their just use of 4 chords is Tom Petty-esque. And that's it. That's all there is to say about Shimmy Low. So I know not a lot of folks will watch this video, but perhaps we'll meet some new folks in and or from maybe and Pittsburgh. That'll be cool because, you know, I'm kind of technically from Pittsburgh. I spent my high school and early college years in the Pittsburgh area. So to you, thank you so much for being here. Ben, thank you so much for checking out the Clarks. It really meant a lot to me that you seem to enjoy their music. And Troy, thank you for perpetuating the Clarks request. And to the rest of you, bah humbug. Just kidding. Thanks a million for being here. You guys are the best. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. So I owe at least 2/3 of the credit to you. Thanks a million. I'll see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye.